What is going on, guys? It's your boy here again, Dean, and I am joined with a member of the community because, Timmy is very busy, man, and so you want to introduce yourself? A lot of
Yeah, hey
people should know
everybody.
you.
My name is Dom. I've been playing since set one, so I've been around.
You're always on the Discord. You're always grinding, and you were always in the
Webcam, yeah.
the Burn One tournaments. I know you were there, showing up a lot, and
Couple times, yeah, a couple times, yeah.
you've been around to a few regionals around the U.S. So yeah, introduce yourself because you're new here. You're new here, and we're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah. So I've been playing since set one. I started with like Haven, Forest, Rune, kind of moving around there. By far my favorite deck is Dirt. I'm like a Dirt guy. That's what made me. I made a couple YouTube videos, and they started with a flavor of Dirt. So that's kind of like where I really like to be. But Forest and Haven also like those a lot.
Yeah, definitely some good classes. And yeah, how many, like, any good placings? I actually don't even know.
So during set one, the first locals I ever went to, it was like an 8-man tournament, 8th place. No big deal. Second week,
First
run it
event,
back.
first event.
Yeah, first event, no problem. I didn't care. It was all dragon every match. That's fine.
That
Next
was
week,
that format.
yeah, next week it was like 60 people or something, 50 people. I don't know exactly how many it was. Out of nowhere, I was like, "Whoa, where did these guys come from?" Because it was 8 of us last week. That was an invitational tournament for the Set One regionals, and I took a budget Haven deck. No bell ringers, no Jeans, no Lucifers, nothing. And I got first, second. We didn't play the final match because top two got an invite and it was late. So
Sick.
I popped off, and that let me play the Set Two regional is what it ended up being, and bombed that one. Played BSF the next season, and we got third place.
Third
Played,
place,
Bolt.
respectable.
Third place. I'm
That
on the
seems to be-
website. I'm on the website.
That's my best. So far with Shadowverse, that seems to be my best accomplishment as well. So
Yeah, and then after that, we don't got to talk about what happened after those.
Yeah.
But I got a top in a teams event. Yeah, I went
That's
7-1.
You know, teams is also a competitive format. So
I'm grinding for set 10. I'm grinding for set 10.
grinding for set 10. That's true. I'm not been grinding for set 10. It's okay though. Speaking of, I guess we're talking about teams a little bit. What teams are you going to be going to?
I will be going to Irving, Texas. That's probably it. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't feel like traveling for teams.
I'll be in Chicago, and I'm going to Philadelphia to meet up with an old Weiss friend, so I should be in Philadelphia as well. I don't even have a team for Philadelphia. I don't even have a Shadowverse team at all. I have 0 Shadowverse players, but, your boy's looking. If you want, I'll guarantee you a top 8 and then a death, and that's about it.
I could say from personal experience, you can pick up a random and top. You can do it.
We'll see. Well, I need 2 randoms. Is the problem. I have nobody.
That's a double. Double.
And then, I think I'm going to be showing up in Toronto as well. So you guys should see me at 3 regionals. It's teams, and people say there's nothing worth fighting for. I think that's some bullshit. One, there's always bragging rights. There was literally nothing last season. Last teams was the worst season I've ever seen from Bushiroad.
Didn't even get promos. You couldn't do free fight.
Yeah, you get 8th place, or you get like 3rd place, 2nd place, and you still get nothing. Like, that was fucking the most atrocious.
I got a medal. I got a medal and a piece of paper.
Yeah, you get the medal. The medal. The medal. I got a drawer full of those, but
flex on it. Yeah, you good.
Flex on it. No, it's just like but I prefer the cards and I prefer the playmats. The playmats are definitely. Even though the playmats are cursed, by the way. If you don't know, you get a top 8 mat. You never pull that shit out. You'll fucking lose every game. It is. Yeah, the second you're trying to flex onto somebody in bracket is the second it's over.
You got to flex in a different game.
Different game. You're like, oh yeah,
it's okay. I lose at this game. It's not my main game. Yeah,
that's the John you need to pull out every time.
Yeah, exactly like that.
But I'm personally, I'm like excited. I think the top 8 promo is good this season. The
it's
Kagamitsu,
really good.
I really love the Kagamitsu. I think that people are coping when they say, "Oh, the prize doesn't look good." I'm like, well, we got the fucking coolest looking card. Get real.
I wasn't high on it, and then I saw the little picture floating around that had the texture foiling, and I was like, all right, I'm back.
You saw the picture of the Kagamitsu holding the sword? Dude, I was
like, all right, it's good.
I said, that Kagamitsu looks sick. I'm tired of the waifu shit, dude. I don't care. The waifus are cool. Kagamitsu's sick, Like to see a little bit.
What are the prizes before? I mean, we had Kuon and we had Bahamut, right? What else do we have?
Nothing. Was there even anything the first season? What did you get? There was that Bahamut was teams.
I think it was it Bahamut? First set 1. I don't know what set 1, set 2 were.
Did you even get anything for topping? Did you just get the Worlds invite?
There
had to be a
definitely
championship
the
card.
Worlds.
I've never seen the
I know we had Demonic Strike, but that was participation.
Demonic Strike was for showing up. There was no like.
Yeah, that was.
Was there
prize.
anything? Was it just the trip to Japan? There's the Gilna lease.
There's no way that's right. There's no way that's right. Oh yeah, Gilneas with Grand Show. There's no way there was nothing set 1. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: is I've bought like a lot of the topping stuff. Well, I don't own Bahamut. I actually haven't bought like the thing, but I almost bought a Kuon. And I decided that was stupid.
It looks
like,
good.
I don't like it. I don't know how to say
I think
this.
the U looks better. I think the U looks better. Yeah.
I'm gonna say some weird stuff right here. If you play digital Shadowverse in English, Kuon is like this cocky asshole of a guy. And in Japanese, I think he has a female VA or something. And so the card
very
looking
proper sounding.
the card having like
ambiguous.
Yeah, some of the cards are a little more ambiguous than what I like. To me, Kuon is this cocky asshole, and so like if the card is like more feminine looking on like the U or like the prize card, I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I want Kuon like doing like a cool pose or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a character you're attached to, and
it's like I have a thought in my head of how this character is, and it's like it's not matching up with the playmat art or the card art, so I'm like not really wanting it. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, but.
I kind of get. I know. I kind of get what you mean. Yeah, like it's it's an art thing, right? Like, and if you've got a vision, and it's a different.
Yeah,
sure.
Kind of like the Spartacus U.
the
worst U in
the game. yeah, beats Jabberwock. Beats Jabberwock to the bottom.
Yeah, Jabberwock's another one. Jabberwock like offends me less.
Yeah. Man, that Marduk U looks good. The Marduk U looks good.
The Marduk U, I know, I pulled it. It was very fun.
Yeah, buddy.
Dude, I felt ill. Dude. I pulled, what was my use? Thank God this like, well, I don't sell cards. I don't sell high rarity. But thankfully the SLs were worth money in this set because I pulled Marduk, Arcus, Spartacus in my case, and I'm just like, dude, the fucking how does the like my use combined? And I pulled a Faust, but even Faust is like medium value. It's like 110, I think.
It's trending down. The people who got it aren't playing dirt long term.
All the U's are. It's always hard to justify buying U's in this game.
$15 Rose Queen. Yeah.
I know. I bought the you got if you hit Worlds, you got the. Because you get the Gabriel playmat. You got the Gabriel playmat for top 8. I don't know if you got any cards though.
For Worlds?
For
this
set
year?
Set 1.
Okay, set 1, yeah.
This World years you got the it's not the Slacker Angel. It's the
Ephemera
Angel. You get the Ephemera Angel, and the year before you got the I bought it. It was the Tia.
Yeah, the Penguin Tia. That card is sick.
Yeah, I got one of each of the. I got the one thing. I picked it up from a guy for semi cheap. It's like, well, it's still about that much. People don't really buy the World's promos.
Yeah, not quite the game for that. Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to let's see if I can throw this. See if I can throw this up real quick now, Bob. Oh, it hides you when I do that. That's cool. We were going to talk about teams, but the website has an update. It's been over a week since Callie. Do you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's see. I know the first place team. I went and found it. I double checked. I know what the first place is, and that's all I know.
Okay, yeah, like first place. What was it? What did we get?
It was Dirt Fairy, and Bats, and the Fairy deck was the player who topped it at Worlds.
Yeah, it's Gordon, who is big shout out to Gordon. I queued with you in Weiss once, and I didn't know who you were yet, but you've humbled me since. Dude,
he was the better one.
Oh, he was. I didn't know. I was like, I had a random queue for Atlanta. I was like, oh, let's see who I can random queue with, and I ended up on the fucking God team. I was like, dude, I'm the worst player here somehow. How was that possible?
That feels better. That feels better.
Oh no, it felt awful because I lost in top 8, and I felt like I was the responsible one. I was like, dude, I'm fucking eating shit because my deck is old, but. Now, Gordon, insane player, insane repertoire. Fairy Forest is on the map. I hope I don't have to fight it. I actually haven't tested it yet. We need to get in the lab probably and test that shit soon.
I played a couple games against it. It's still Fairy Forest.
It's still Fairy. It's all in. It's all in.
Yeah, it's not as all in as normal. I definitely think Orcus is pretty good for the deck, but I don't know. That deck's not my taste. So
yeah, it's still Fairy Forest at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate though. Bushiroad side games, probably side games. Side games, I don't know. You never know who to blame. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know who's involved in what, and I just always assumed tournament structure was Bushiroad. Like, it just makes sense for it to be them, but then we've got Grand Showdowns that...
Who updates his website? Who's that? Yeah, fucking get on that shit. I need to know who topped. We had another...
names at the bottom, Side Games is first. Side Games on the left, Bushiroad on the right.
Side Games...
We read left to right.
I need to know who topped. I want to see that tournament breakdown. Now, there was another tournament in Italy. Okay, I guess...
Today, yesterday, something like that.
I haven't put out a positive video in forever. I'm still here in the community. Fuck all of you. I had one guy tell me to leave the community. Fuck you.
Man, get it to him. Tell it to him.
Yeah, I thought I was tempted to ask him who he was, but it felt a little too toxic. But
some witch hunt out here, yeah.
Yeah, no, but Cali had like very few teams. I don't know. I'm told it's because same day as Vanguard. I really don't like that half of our player base is like Vanguard is their main game, and then it's like it's like Shadowverse is the side game. It's like I don't know. I want to see more people that say, "Man, Shadowverse is my first choice at a tournament." So the 23 teams in Cali was a little sad to see. But you know what's even more sad is Italy. EU historically is like I don't know what goes on over there. When I was playing Weiss Schwarz a lot, it was unbelievable. They had the same number of players for Weiss Schwarz as they did Shadowverse. They had 12 players, 0 teams.
Hey, is that good for us or is that bad for them?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, it's Weiss Schwarz is a game that's been pushing really good numbers. So I like to use it because like Vanguard is a mystery to me. I've never played Vanguard, and it has so many players. You go to these regional 600 players, 400 players. Yeah. Weiss is a game that I know makes Bushiroad money, so I like to use it as like a good comparison because I know they're not canon Weiss, so can we compete close to the same player count as them is something I always like to think about. In like Chicago, the fucking Weiss had 250 players.
Yeah,
Weiss
so
has been growing. Yeah, Weiss is growing. I remember back in the day they did not have that many people, but they've been growing, and hopefully we can keep growing. And but Europe, I just think.
Hopefully we can maintain what we've got. Hopefully we can maintain what we've got.
Yeah, actually, fuck
I'll
growing
set the bar
right
a little
now.
lower.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that asking for growth right now might be impossible. I think the only thing we can hope is to maintain, if even that.
Yeah, I think especially the thing with the Vanguard players. I think a lot of that probably comes from set one. They were advertising the game to
different
Vanguard
fight,
players,
from different fight and stuff. Yeah.
So, like, it makes sense that a lot of people would pick this up as their second game. Like, it makes sense, but...
well, I was always hoping that I guess I had never met anybody that was like me. It's like the only people I knew were me, the guy who does my thumbnails, Harrison, he's the guy who does my thumbnails, and then Chandler, aka Timmy. The only people I knew that actually enjoyed digital Shadowverse. I had not met anyone else that was as crazy as me to still be playing digital Shadowverse like 8 years into it being a thing. But I was hoping those people would come out of the woodwork and buy cards, but I don't think digital card game players transfer to physical because there's a lot more of a commitment to physical. You gotta own the cards. You gotta show up to the event.
I get a little weird with digital. Like, part of it is like the owning the cards thing, but a lot of it is I feel like I'm not playing against a human being sometimes when it is digital.
Yeah, we always joked about the side game bot when there's like the worst deck exists on the tier list, but like you're suddenly fighting it, and you know that it's not good, but it's beating the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, it's the side games bot, dude. They got the side game. Nobody is playing this deck. Nobody's playing it. But I'm losing to it right now.
Yeah, they're out there sitting on the toilet, and they're having the time of their life.
But I get that part, but the thing is, like, when if like coming from the digital, because like digital is just like side game for me, right? It's like you could just queue up all the time, and it's like, cards come out, you get to fucking burn yourself out in 3 weeks, and then wait a month, and then they get the mini set, and then you burn yourself out in 3 weeks and take another 3 week break, and that's just the way it is. And physical, you're like, okay, it's Saturday. Saturday is the card game day, and then you go and play card games for like 3.5 hours, and then you don't play again for a full fucking week.
Yeah, and I think that might be it to some degree for me, like the burnout thing. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've never felt like not wanting to play the game when it's physical because I'm like, at the very least, I'm just talking to somebody, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if
yeah.
yeah. Like that's why it's like if you're playing with somebody on webcam and they like get a phone call or something, right? Like it's it's a lot less fun, right? So it's I think that might be kind of the difference there.
Yeah, I
It's
think
that
that
human
like
element.
that digital, it's important because like we're getting Worlds Beyond eventually, but like I think with digital, it's important to like know when you're not having fun and be willing to step away
Mhm.
for a while because like sometimes you're like, oh man, I need to get to the next rank, and you just sit there grinding. It's like it's miserable. Don't do that. I managed to
Mhm.
play for so long because I didn't let myself get fully burnt out. It's like I would log in, do my dailies, play like 2 to 3 games, and log out, and only occasionally do like a burst of like games. So definitely important to know how to pace yourself. But
Mhm.
I know, dude, this is the fucked up part. I know you don't have a locals.
No, not really, not
Oh my god,
really.
dude, this game is so. I thought you would before I invited you on because I just assumed, but
No,
game
I'm
is
just an online grinder.
game's in a rough spot. And I think the homework for you at the end of this should be find a way to get your locals back alive. I
Yeah,
know it's impossible.
I
It's
ran into two of
impossible
them. I ran into two of the guys that were there, and at the most recent BCS here in Houston, and they said, "Yeah, when Vanguard comes out, we'll come play."
for two
And
weeks.
I had to correct them, and I said, "When Vanguard comes out, you will play for Vanguard, and then when that's done, we'll see."
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Something that me and my locals were talking about because we're like a tight knit group of like 4 people
Mhm.
is we were trying to brainstorm ways that because I don't care what people cope on, dude. This game is about to be way too expensive and come out way too fast for anyone. I think it's going to be just too much for anyone. And even if you're saying, "Oh, I'm just going to casually," you're going to be casually picking up stuff like way too fast. Even with
Yeah.
the set releases, it's going to be a miserable time. I don't. We'll see where the game is in fucking 8 months. I'd be surprised if I'm wrong. The we're talking
Yeah, if
about
anybody's seen my
how
video, I'm not positive on that. Yeah, I'm not positive on
I
that.
know, I know. I thought
Breaching the
your video
decliner.
was like quite
Yeah.
good. I thought your video was like one of
Mhm.
the better ones, but we're talking alternate ways to enjoy the game. Like we're thinking about
Mhm.
starting doing some crosscraft locals with old cards. We're thinking about doing some BP5 locals. Like
I
definitely
missed that
like
one. I missed that format. Yeah.
yeah. We're definitely talking about maybe doing some like like just continuously doing like old rotations and just because we're a small group. We can
Mhm.
bring decks for ourselves and for others, and we own all the cards up to this point. But like, I don't think we're gonna be keeping that up.
Yeah, that's something I've sort of thought about before. Like, when inevitably the game ends, I'm like, okay, well, if people are still in like the Discord or whatever, and people want to play, I would not mind going back to set one and like playing through again. And if you want to make it different, if somebody wants to make the statement that the game's solved or something like that,
It's ban
do
Shenlong.
you do a couple? Yeah, you could ban Shenlong. I think you could reasonably make a couple light balance touches to
Yeah,
set
yeah,
one,
yeah.
and Blazing Breath might not need to be quick. I think we could say that, or
Blazing
maybe it
Breath
shouldn't be
might
four.
need to do 3. Might need
It
to do
might need to
3.
do three, maybe one of the
3,
two.
yeah.
One,
Four,
pick one.
four's so fucked up. Blazing Breath
Yeah,
was like
especially set one.
I thought Blazing Breath was worse than Shenlong. I honestly did.
It was more egregious for sure. Yeah.
It was like Shenlong was like, oh my god, like this is miserable. But Blazing Breath, you're like, dude, why is this fucking card so good? Like,
I'm sitting there playing Haven, and I feel like that's supposed to beat up on Dragon. Like I felt like Sentinel Control was supposed to handle Dragon, and then they float one. Like you've got this ward on the field, and they float one. You're like, wow, this Tiger's not going to stop a Forte. I'm
so you
done.
need 2 sets. You need 2. Yeah, Forte was also egregious back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
I
definitely.
think a lot of it too was like aggro decks were not amazing. I think that's part of it.
It's hard though because like I personally have been in this like mental headspace where I'm trying to decide like I'm probably buying a case of set 10 still. I'm probably because I'm really hyped for Reveal. But like
Yeah.
I'm also an Uma fan. I'm an Uma fan too. I've got like almost a
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
I got 70% of like Uma max, but like I don't think I can justify buying Uma's the problem. Like the problem is like because of the speed of the releases, it's like really hard to justify spending the money. But then it's like why buy BP10 if I'm not gonna buy BP11 if I'm not gonna buy BP12, right? It's like this thing
Yeah, I
where
think about like Octress like right now. If I want to go play Sword whenever Not comes out, I think you probably need Octress, and if you don't have Octress now, good luck getting it out of somebody's hands, right?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
But it's
that type
like
of.
it's like also though it's like hard for me because I'm like I know I'm not buying BP 12, 13. I already know those sets
Mhm.
we're gonna try doing like some like throwback rotation, but it like when you know that you have a definitive end to something, sometimes you're like your definitive end to like spending this like large amount of money. Sometimes you're like, why not start now?
Yep. Yep.
But like it's like we're trying to figure out a way because none of us want to quit, but none of us also want to like
Support that decision
support that
necessarily.
decision.
Yeah,
And actually, oh my god, can
I'm
I?
conflicted on. That's what I
I
feel.
want to
Yeah,
have a small rant. Do you know anything
hop
about
off.
RuneScape? Do you know anything about RuneScape?
I know what it means to have a Maxscape.
Okay, okay. No, I love the way that people interact with the RuneScape creators. So if you don't know, Jagex for old school, they have to pull every change in the game. And
What do you mean?
like if they're like we are going so there's this thing that happened recently. I think this is the most egregious one because this was like so fucked up for like this was the stupidest thing ever. They normally have community polls and they're like, do we add this piece of content, do we do
Oh,
this,
okay. Okay.
and people have to vote in a majority for them to do it. But like
Hmm.
sometimes there's like times that they're like uh there was like a thing that they did where they're like, okay, there's this thing where you have to go plant trees and then you have to pay the guy to watch your tree. But the guy that would watch your tree would sometimes just like fuck off like super far away. And they're like, oh, this is super inconvenient, so we made the guy sit close to the tree. And then the community was like, we weren't pulled on this change, and it makes the game feel
That's
dead
insane.
when the guy isn't in the next town over. You don't have to go look for him. And they're like and then people started rioting, and they're like this is bullshit, and they started petitions and stuff. And then a week later the fucking farmer is in the next town again. And I love that dynamic with a company.
No,
It's
that's
you
hype.
can
Yeah.
it's like you can sit there and it's like I'm fine with everything. I'm fine being a consumer of your product. But just know I am a consumer, and we have some expectations
Hmm.
from you as a company. And I really wish that I've noticed with like a lot of card games, I feel like Magic's gone out of hand because their community rolls over regardless of whatever Wizards does to them. And I don't like that there's some people in the Shadowverse community that will roll over regardless of what side games decisions are.
And there's
Uh,
people who are pushing for the current decision. So, it's
we'll
there's a spectrum out there. Yeah.
we'll see where they are. But yeah, I definitely do think that we are debating like alternate ways to play the game. I think that's like something communities should be trying to do. Like if you do want to play the game like long term, I think there's gonna be some rough patches, and I think we're gonna have to like we as a community are gonna have to come up with something that's probably not Glory Finder.
I'm
I
not.
don't think Glory Finder is the
When I
answer.
showed up, I went to the side event for Glory Fighter, man. I'll tell you, I put Marwyn as my glory card, and I said, "Skip a turn. I'm going to the bathroom."
Hell yeah, dude. Or the I don't think Glory Finder's the way. Crosscraft almost is, but Boost Your Road. If I show up to
Mhm.
a regional, don't tell me I need 2 fucking leaders for my Crosscraft deck. That's
Oh no!
insane. Oh, that shit's
I
wrong.
I got. Yep.
That shit
Yeah.
is wrong. But I
Yeah.
think we're gonna talk about some of the. Let's see if I'm gonna do this. We're gonna pop up.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I think about I know other games they play like Pauper and whatnot, right? Like lower rarity formats, and
Popper
I think about yeah.
does Popper
It's
work in
weird for this
Shadowverse?
game. Yeah, that's the thing is like there are I think Dirt Pauper is it works great, you know. But some archetypes aren't built like Dirt. Dirt gets all these random bronze and silver cards almost every set, so they've got a pool of cards to still build a deck,
I
But
I love draft. I wouldn't mind draft. I think that the smaller set sizes, like when they reduce the pack size and they got to buy a box for draft, it's like draft costs
mm,
more. It used to be open 8. 8 was like at my shop they would. My LGS may charge a little bit more than yours. Back when it was like 16 packs a box, my LGS wanted to make $80 off a box, so they charged. It was like $5 a pack, I think it was. So it was like a
yeah, I
$40.
played two events. It was 60 a box. Uh, when I play.
Yeah, so for you it would have been 30. My
Yeah.
LGS wanted like $40 buy-in, a $10 store credit goes into the pool.
Mhm.
And that was like fine. The problem
Yeah.
is this duet of Dawn and Dust sucked ass for Open 8. I did win because I am the greatest player God has ever. Also, our locals is casual, but yeah, this set sucked you because half of your cards said Draconic Duelist and half of them said
Hmm.
Mysteria, but they wanted your entire deck to be that archetype. So
Yes.
that was a little fucked up, and I think we're gonna have even worse case of that when we're in BP 11 and 12. So
I think the reveal set might be a little bit more good for that, considering every class has those traits, right? So
no, yeah, no
might not
Reveal.
be as bad.
I
Yeah.
think when you're on like a normal set, they're fine for draft, except for what was it? What was the really bad set? Was it Alter Chaotica?
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
No, Alter Chaotica. I remember this Open 8. This Open 8 was awful, right? Does this have what I think it does? Did this have the Omen support? It did, right?
Yeah. Yeah. A couple Omen cards.
Yeah. Oh, you
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
if you have like
Yeah.
Sheena on board, and you're like, what a cool Open
Literally
8
not here.
card.
Yeah.
What a cool Open 8 card. So yeah, I guess those are a little fucked up, but
Hmm.
now like draft is like something you can definitely do with your community. A cube. I've never done a cube, so I don't know how those work.
Yeah. I'm not sure how people are doing that for this game. Yeah.
Draft cube would be cool. Just definitely, I think that the community as a whole, we need to like think of ways to enjoy this game without the standard rotation for a while, because
Hmm.
I don't think we'll see how many people are here in like
Yeah, I know I'm
December.
probably like in the minority on it, but like I wouldn't even mind just going and playing the older formats because I already think it's the sets are too releasing too fast. So I don't
Oh
feel like
no,
I get enough games on every single deck that I want to play in a format. So even if nothing changes, I'm still like I would be excited to go and play set one again. Especially because I feel like
maybe
I'm
not set
much
one.
better. Okay, I'm much better now than I was in set one. I can say that. So for me personally, there's a little bit of interest in that.
Okay.
But besides that, like like having a better understanding of like just the game in general.
I feel like
I think
set
there's something to enjoy there.
a little bit post Uma onward is where I felt like
Yeah,
the deck
that's pretty good
started
too.
to get like enough that you're like that I felt like the game was like evolved enough that I was wanting to play more of like the classes. But if you
Hmm.
buy a case, so like people are like, oh man, the 8-9 weeks. I don't know how other people, because like if you buy a case, there's 6 classes, and if you're going to a locals once a week and there's 8 weeks, and you're going to a regional, because I'm going to a regional for a lot of them,
Yeah.
it's like you just like I feel like you don't get the time as I don't grind Discord right calls, but I
Hmm.
feel like you don't get the time to really enjoy the cards you buy. So
Yep.
there's definitely like go back to some old formats, and that's a lot of fun. So like I think that's what we're as a
Yeah, for me,
locals
set
gonna
five.
start.
I was in Houston. We had a hurricane or whatever it was. I had no power for almost a month. I missed most of that set.
Was set
So yeah,
5? What was the cool stuff in there?
I mean it was the Omen set.
The Omen set, yeah. Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Octris
so
got to play.
I was kind of excited that I didn't play much.
That was a good set. I enjoyed that one a lot. Was that also the one? Was it BP4 that had the space laser, or was that the BP5?
Magna Legacy.
Magna Legacy was my favorite card.
I
That
think that's
card
number four. I think that's number four. I think that's number four.
was that Cosmic Mythos. It makes sense. No, I thought I played the guy that milled to and then drew.
Oh, the thief card. Yeah,
Do they not have the cards on this website? Oh my god, this website's awful.
I think you might have to go to the card section.
You're right. Oh my god, I'm looking at products. BP5. What was everything here? We had the Galmu deck. We had not Kuon yet. We had like Sheena.
Half a hunter. Yeah. Okay, what's set five? There you go.
Yeah, this deck was so sick. This was my favorite deck. I played this thing at like 2 locals. It was great. I wanted to play it a lot more, but it's just like
Yeah.
you know,
I know
when
that
you
2-cost card there under the Octris. That was always a card that I thought was cool, and I've never seen a deck use that one. The Adversity. Yeah,
oh,
I think that card's like that type of sword deck is cool. But if it's like your last week in a format where you're finally gonna start cooking up the jank decks, you might just skip, right?
yeah, there's like a lot of cool stuff here. You got the Float Haven deck. You got
Mhm.
with Marwin, right?
I
And
mean
then you
the
get the
Karula
Karula.
was the next half, but
Karula was
there
the
was a
next
couple
half,
float.
but
Yeah,
you get a little bit of float. You get a lot
got
of
a little
control
bit.
stuff. Yeah, this was a cool set, and it's just like, we wouldn't be beat up to like do this for like a month maybe or something,
Yeah,
and then farm some promos. But
yeah, yeah.
I guess we'll go on to the next thing. How do you feel about this? How did you feel about the special card vote
Uh,
campaign?
as somebody who purchases singles almost exclusively,
You didn't have a leg in
I
the
had like
race.
yeah, very little interest in the voting. Like I don't know, when a card gets to something unsettles me about like $100 for a for a card. You know, I'm like, man, it's a card board. Something rubs me. Maybe one day I won't care, but I
I think
have very little investment personally.
I collect some high end. I think it's like kind of fucked in this game. The U's drop way too much, and
Mm.
these signs. They're not signs. See, that's the thing. Is SP to me means a signature on my card of some kind, and then we don't have
Hmm.
that. We have basically they're like borderless. They're like oh, you don't play
We just
any.
got the one right. We just got Mysterio
No, we
right
have like
now.
a bunch of SPs. We have
Do we?
Mysteria. We got the. Oh my god.
I don't even know the Mysterio. Yeah.
No, we got Ralmia. Not Ralmia. The
Oh, from the summer set
Ral.
or just in general?
No, it's not Ralmia. Ramia. Oh my god, what's this woman's name?
The Ramina. That's the Moon Girl.
Ramina.
That's the Moon. Yeah.
No. What's the oh my god. The Draconic Duelist card.
Oh yeah, no. Romina, Romula,
Romina.
Romula. I think it's got Romula. Romilia.
This is so fucked. This is so fucked, dude. We can't spell.
I've seen the card once. You know, I think
No.
I think it's Romilia or something like that. Yeah, or Romelia with an E.
What a struggle. We can't type. We don't know. Romelia, and we got Anne and Gray. No, these cards are
No shot. That's more expensive than the Anne and Gray. No shot.
I would
Is this
show
a
you.
popular character? Is that a popular character?
Which will draw like fall first? My bullets are your tears. No, I mean I know her voice lines. She has a
I
leader,
guess just
doesn't
like the
she?
last one.
Does she have a leader?
Uh, maybe not the right person to
No,
ask.
these cards are so fucked up as far as like. Do you know that this set had like clumping where like people would open like 3 cases and hit the exact same U's in every case?
No, I was not aware.
And then like yeah, like you get like the pull rates on these people are thinking it's like 1 per 6 to get an SP, 1 per 6 cases to get an
Case.
SP.
Yeah.
So these are like super rare, but then also Shadowverse doesn't have a collector scene that actually matters of any kind, or else my use wouldn't be $40 and dropping.
Hey, that card looks good though. That card looks good.
Yeah, like there's no collector scene on this shit. And the shit's super rare for an unknown reason, and it doesn't have a signature. The only thing is you get the borderless.
I mean, aren't all the use borderless or
No.
does it still have text box?
Yeah,
I guess the text box.
The text box.
Yeah.
The text box. So like this is like
Yeah.
you know, we got a little
See-through.
thing here, and then boom, and then the user. But normally, I'm used to Weiss Schwartz, where we get like signatures on our cards, like Uma, and like Uma makes me want to spend money. This ain't worth this. I'll tell you that much. I do not. This does not make me want to spend money. This is. I think this card looks okay, but does it look better than a Faust? Does it look better
Hey,
than
that Faust
a
looks
Marduk?
sick.
Everything looks better than that one, but
It's
does it
crazy.
look better
The
than
Marduk
Marcus?
is so good. No.
Yeah, Marduk. Yeah, Marduk looks fucking
It's
sick.
one of the best cards in the game.
$15.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the. Well, the card sucks. I mean, they didn't even try.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
maybe they
Marduk.
tried, but I don't think they tried hard.
Yeah, Marduk looks sick. It makes me want to buy it. It's $15. This thing is 400, and I don't see anything here. I think I see a cool card. I don't see a $400 card. I think the rarity is overblown here. So I'm not a big fan of the SP. So that's how I feel about the Vania. Seeing the Chigon, like I'm probably not gonna buy it if I pull it. You won't pull it. It's like I don't know anyone that's pulled an SP yet, dude. This shit doesn't happen. The cases are clumped. They probably all go to Europe or Mexico. Like you're never seeing it.
I imagine it's probably is that similar to the what was it, the set 5 serial? Is that roughly a similar rarity, do you think, or maybe less?
Do you think
I don't know what the serials aren't on TCG, right? Like it's kind of like person to person transaction, so I don't really know what they're sitting at. The numbers.
The numbers, I imagine if you want a shotgun cell, I imagine you get 500 for any cereal. I got 800 for a Marwin.
Mhm.
So I know that like you can get in that range. I don't know how crazy people are. Like if I had a Galmi or a Lysina, I expect you might be able to find someone like a $1,000 range. But I don't know. The problem is like at a certain point, card prices get like really hazy because there's not a
It's what
whole
that
lot
individual wants. Yeah.
yeah, there's like not a whole lot of people past like there's like definitely tiers that knock people out. Like for me, that's around 250. Everything past 250, it better be something fucking amazing. But anything before that, it's like I might pick it up.
Yeah.
I definitely know for each person they have their own tier and they have their own limit. Definitely depends on their budget and their income and all that.
Yeah, no, I think the single most expensive card, like bling wise, I think I got the Europa when she was like 40, 45, something like that.
She looks so
And I
good.
think that's one of the best looking cards in the game. Yeah, that was a steal.
I don't think that's just the one. I think it's the best looking card I've ever seen. I actually just like I talk that card up every time I think about the game. I go, this card. If I pulled that, I went, wow,
I love that card. Yeah.
That card's unreal. But yeah, Vania is probably we might get a Seiryotennan as well. If you don't know in digital, whenever they do these, they still do. They give like 1 or 2 or 3 of them like a leader, so they might give like 2 of these in SP.
If it's worth it to them, yeah.
The thing I'm sad about is I was gonna use my points on Alexiel.
Yeah.
And I waited till the last week. I had 60 votes, and then yeah, she was in 7th place, and I said
she was never gonna make it, man. She was never gonna make it.
No, she's so far down.
No shot.
She's losing to Sylvia. Sylvia looks so bad.
That blows my mind.
Sylvia's art is so bad. Like I actually couldn't believe that she was.
It looks a little uncomfortable, yeah.
Oh my god! And then like yeah, Ralmi has got this insane swimsuit art that's coming out that I really like, and it's just like why would like Ralmi's got she's got a swimsuit art. Like why would you do this? It blows my mind that Philene is as popular as she is. I don't know.
Yeah, where are these drag players? I haven't seen them since set 3.
You know, Philene's expensive on TCG Player too. If you don't know.
Exactly, I'm like, where are they?
I know how to spell Philene, unlike half of these fucking cards. Look at that, $18. How do you afford this game? I used to tell people this game's cheap. Now it's like, oh, you want your deck? It's your tier 2 dragon deck. Here's your aggro deck. You need $180. Yeah, it's
it used to be dirt. Used to be dirt. It used to be dirt. You can't say dirt's the cheap one anymore either.
Excited to see where this thing falls. Speaking of things that we want to talk about, where it falls, how are you feeling about this set? I think this set's worth talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's every class gets 1 new card, and then the neutral Alice, right? So 7 cards. You know, I'm a little worried about the price, especially the Alice. If that card is like actually as useful as it's been talked up to be, this might be a little bit of a problem. I think one of the things with a set like this is I don't know if the SLs are 1 per box or if they're even more than that, because it's 48 cards in a box or not 4. Is it 48 or 18? 18 cards. Yeah. I don't know if they put a lot of stock into like the SLs carrying the box or people really liking the alt arts. I think if you go and look at like any of the SLs for any legendary in this game, like at least half of them are basically the same price as the base L, right? Like people aren't fishing for bling all the time with this game. A lot of times it's pure playability, right? So I would worry that this set, people aren't going to care about these swimsuits. And then those 7 exclusive cards, if you get 1 in a box, 2 in a box, you know, that's going to kind of suck.
I think people are going to care about the swimsuits. They always care about the swimsuits. This is the kind of thing that people get into. Sure. I'm trying to figure out how many boxes are... It should be 30 boxes in a case, I think. If this is like the Bang Dream set. See, I know from 32 SPs, dude, this is fucked.
If it's not 1 a case, 2 a case.
Even 1 a case is like 32. We don't have that big of a community is the problem. Like people... it's a common thing in Weiss where it's like some sets are just not popular and then it's like impossible to find the high end because like the show is just not popular enough.
Yeah, does a play set of that Philene even exist out there, right?
Yeah, and it's like, is our game, especially when this is coming out, like is our game popular enough to like make 32 cases, it's $32,000 almost in fucking sealed product for like 1 of each. Like, do we have a... Do we have like enough people buying enough cases for this to like ever? Because there's like a few insane people, but like, like, is there gonna be like even like? I imagine that most of these cards will be rarer than serials on SPs. Because like we already seeing that with IMS.
Mhm.
IMS was an SP every other case, and there was like 16 of them or something. There's like fucking 12 or
Oh yeah.
something.
Yeah, I don't know if you
And
saw. I think the Dragon Legendary, that girl got bought out, and that's like a base card, just because there's none left.
yeah,
You know,
so it's
they weren't
like
even opened.
on as far as the SPs go, you're looking at shit that, like if you want it, you gotta have deep pockets.
Mm.
I don't know if I have those at the moment, but is
Yeah,
it
that's
30?
it's 30 cards
No, is
or
it 30? Does it tell you in a case how many there are? Six packs, so we get 18 cards in a pack. It's I have a little calculator. 162 card set. 162 cards is a play set of. So how many cards you individually need? It says it's like 50. This has to be 30, right? It has to be 30. I'm just gonna assume it's 30. 18 times 30.
How many's a normal set? Are you like basing that on how many cards are going to be in the box, or how many boxes are going to be in the case?
There's no way it's
Like how many
30.
cases a normal case, or how many boxes a normal case?
Normal box is 20.
20.
20, but like in these, because they're like these small ones in White Shorts, they would give you a 6x5 box, so you get 30 boxes, 540 cards. You get 540 cards. Is that right? It's 162 cards just makes a play set. But how much of that is the bulk on the gold? So I guess then it's like, is it like 2 and 1?
Yeah, I mean they said I think each pack is one legendary or better, right? So if it's three, I would assume it's two golds and one
So
legend.
this
But
is
no, there's multiple legends though, right? Like
well, there's
I don't
29
know if they've got
legendaries.
the yeah.
29 legends. So I'm imagining in this you're probably looking. It's probably going to be like a normal set where like those you might get like 4 copies of each legendary is what I'm going to imagine.
I think there's like an abnormally high ratio of evos too, right? So I'm not sure how they're handling that because normally evos you get less than a base card, right?
Oh wait, you said there's 1 per pack, right? 30 times
One legend
16.
per pack minimum. Yeah.
No, that's wrong. It's 30 times 6. So you get 180 and you need 29 times 3. Is this like set okay to buy? 87. Do you get like 2 of every? Do you get 2 play sets of legendaries in this? Is that right?
I mean, most of them are reprints, right? And I don't. Let me check. I've got it on the
Is
side here.
is this set like actually okay to open? I've heard people say it's cringe as far as like the SPs and stuff go because you get like 1 per case, but it might be okay to buy. We'll have to see when it gets opened.
Yeah,
If it's 2 play sets of Analysis per case, you might be fine.
yeah. I think the evos are okay. I see one per class probably. So then it might be maybe two per class. Okay, some get one, some get two. For the evos because I can only imagine the like some of the packs are just going to be 2 legendaries and it'll be a evo or something, right? So like you get one base legendary and then an evo and then a gold.
And how do you feel about these?
I think they look sick, but I don't know what do you, 1 per case, right?
I think they're good. I
Yeah,
just
I
like
mean I think that's a nice thing to do. Yeah.
I always like little bonuses for buying a case. I
Mm-hmm.
think they still it's a cool thing. I like Albert. I wish
Yeah.
Arya wasn't on the front of this one. I don't care for Arya. Spinaria is
That
definitely better
they
than
picked
Arya.
set 1 Arya for this set, huh? They really picked set 1 Arya for this set.
And then Gensetsu's good. So yeah, I like this. The hard part is like buying a side set. That's the hard part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's that's like smack dab in the middle of the sped up releases, right? So
Yeah, I think basically done with Shadowverse Evolve news. Are you ready for guess that flavor text?
oh, we're going into a quick. All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
We're
ready.
getting into
I'm
a
ready.
quick, except for the fact I don't have a card pulled up yet.
I sure hope it's a dirt card.
You know all the cards in the game, right?
Almost. The neutrals you might get me. For a while, I wouldn't have known Ariette, but I got that one now.
No. Okay, give me. We were not prepared. We were not prepared. He saw what I was gonna do before that, so now I gotta.
Oh, please no portal cards. Please no portal cards.
Please no portal cards.
Please no portal cards.
What if I get a portal card right now?
and I ask you what class it's in, and I got no shot.
What do you mean? Oh no. We for class, it's.
Are you gonna tell me portal? Are you gonna tell me portal?
No. It's. I tried to. I think the lifelines we had were. It's been a while. Holy shit, dude. We don't podcast ever. The lifelines are what class it is in physical, what set it's in physical, and what type of card it is.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I got this one. So, are you ready for the flavor text?
Yep.
Okay. Once I was but meat and bone, imperfect. I traded flesh for armor plating. Training built my bones. Old and new were united by the will to fight. And in that moment, I saw the world contained within me. I am therefore the best of all possible worlds.
You know, it started off sounding like an Abyss card, but I'm thinking it might not be an Abyss card.
How you feel?
All right.
I'm
gonna need to hear that again. That one got long.
Oh yeah, it was long. Let me get this.
I was locked in for the first half.
You have no idea how difficult for some reason. There we go. Discord with OBS is quite difficult. There we go. Once I was but meat and bone, imperfect. I traded flesh for armor plating. Training built my bones. Old and new were united by the will to fight. And in that moment, I saw the world contained within me. I am therefore the best of all possible worlds.
Hey, well, it is an armored up. Okay, 90%. This is a follower. I feel like this has to be a follower.
Okay.
Man, and I was leaning Abyss, but now I'm wondering if it's like a robot. It's a robot.
I also have the lifelines. They are all physical cards. We always use physical.
Yeah. Which set is this? Which set? Let's start there.
Which set? BP.
Yeah.
I believe BP6.
BP6. Okay, because I was starting to consider Technolord.
Ooh, Technolord.
6.
I don't know what Technolord's flavor text would look like. It's probably something stupid.
I don't know anything about Technolord.
Nobody does. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, I know he got a U, but I don't think anybody knows anything about Technolord.
Okay, set 6. Okay, what craft? What craft?
Haven.
Oh, is it Karula? Is it Okay. I feel like Karula makes sense, or maybe some of his goons.
Karula has goons? All right. It does.
It got the gravity grappler. Hold on, I gotta see a picture. Here. I'm on the Japanese section, so I can't read nothing.
Don't worry. There's no physical flavor text. Don't worry. Yeah. It's only the digital flavor text. Hope Worlds Beyond can keep this up. There better be a flavor text button on that game.
Okay. I feel like it has to be Karula. I feel like if it's focus though. Oh, is it?
He's thinking.
I'm
He's thinking for some reason.
What was the last lifeline? I might need it here.
Follower amulet.
Is it a follower?
It's a follower.
I'm just gonna lock in Karula.
You're right. It's Karula, the Archmaster. You know, Karula's a Portal Craft card. So you said Portal Craft, and I was like, we're just gonna pull up the Portal Craft guy. I'm thinking.
Well, once it was Haven, I was like, okay, how many robots are in Haven? I'm like, okay, is this Karula?
I think the Portal Craft is something you would be able to pick up on pretty easily because it is just like robots, and they're just splattered between Haven and Rune at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Orcus, we got Orcus.
Oh yeah, Orcus is the puppet stuff.
Yeah, they put those Dragon Portal cards. Those are something.
Which ones?
It's a four cost 7/7 kills itself at the end of the turn. They cooked with that one. I think it's set 5
7/7.
with Rush. I think. Better have Rush.
What? I don't even know this card.
I'm finding his name. He might be set 4.
Is it the puppet guy? The puppet?
It's the puppet. It's the dragon puppet. Yeah.
It like makes a couple. Dude, this card is so bad.
No, he is a puppet. He is a puppet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This card was too bad. I instantly forgot.
Yeah.
Instantly forgot.
They
Not
tried.
important.
Yeah, poor Portal. You know what? They could have done Portal in paper. They could have done it. They could have done Portal.
Guess that flavor text
Uma
is
exists.
so fun.
Idolmaster exists. They could have done Portal. Right?
People gotta try.
Am I crazy?
Portal's mechanics are fucked up. I don't know about that.
I mean, they could just like delete the mechanics and make new ones. I would look at Blood. Yeah.
True, they could. I don't know. The Portal stuff is. I think it's nicer to have less crafts, more focused
yeah,
sets.
for sure. I know at least Worlds Beyond coming. I know some people aren't happy with Blood and Shadow mix, right?
I didn't play either of those classes, so fuck them.
As somebody who is not deeply into the digital game, right? Like I tried it when Academy came out, and maybe Academy is an outlier, but I could not look at a card and tell you what craft it was from. There was a lot of visual overlap. And Academy, I'll give it, that one is probably not the best example. But even Asphalt, I could not look at a lot of those cards and tell you what class they were.
Asphalt had Garrow Death. What was the Shadow one?
He was like a 2-drop that blew up the board.
Oh, he was the guy. Oh, yeah, he killed Mr. Skeletal. Then Mr. Skeletal
he went crazy.
Destroyed you. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so, I think there's like a fair argument that those, especially Blood and Shadow, those could have been together for a long time. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Yeah, I think that like Wrath as a so I think that Vengeance as a mechanic was this cool idea, but as the game got faster, they like circumvented it and then they kind of like removed it for like another mechanic that just didn't matter. Mm-hmm. So I think it's this thing where like it's like if they just remove those and they just throw it in with Abyss, it's like they're removing like 2 classes that kind of struggle to find their own identity.
Yeah, I think Vengeance, like, it doesn't even... I feel like that is not a functional mechanic. Like, it just can't be.
You don't know about the cool Vengeance cards they print that say you're in Vengeance for the rest of the game if you draw this.
And you're 20 life? Yeah.
Yeah, those cards were insane.
Yeah, I think the honest, genuine, I'm at 10 life or less Vengeance doesn't make... To me, it feels like if they make the cards good without Vengeance and then a little bit better with Vengeance... It's kind of who cares, it's not really that exciting. But then if they make it so that this card is trash before Vengeance and now it's broken at Vengeance, it makes the devs want to make decks that can kill you from above 10 life, right? And now you're in an arms race where like, okay, I'm just gonna one shot them from.
Digital's kind of like 20 damage combos near the end.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I would not be surprised if Vengeance is a part of that. Is that wrong to say? That Vengeance is maybe one of the reasons that game got to the point that it did?
I think it's like a mixture of like just power creep and then like explosive turns are fun and then like because oh my god, dude, whenever we go
people
back...
love D-shift. I know you do. I know.
Yeah. Well, whenever we went back and did like Omen's set in digital because they've been doing throwback rotations. I want to talk about digital for a minute too. Don't worry. I was like in shock because it's like, when it's going through the power creep, sometimes it's hard to like look back and see where the game used to be. Because you've been in it for so long. And then, yeah, you're going playing Omens and the game's going like turn 12 and you're like, I don't even have a 4 damage combo out of hand. Like, this is fucking unreal. When like for the longest time, it's like if turn 10 happened, something came out of your deck and deleted your opponent.
For free. Yeah.
Yeah, for free. Gilnelise, oh my god, or just like they put so many cards in to like make the game end. It's a mixture of like it's a mobile game, so like you don't want games to go too long, and then it's also an esport, but unlike tournaments, you don't just go, sorry guy, time's up, double loss, right? It's like the game has to actually end.
Yeah,
and so when you're running tournaments, you're also incentivized. You want the power level to be like, you want to have games that have interaction, but you also don't want the game to go on too long. So it's like, how do we do that?
Yeah, and I mean with interaction too, like you got to be a little careful because I know people always want interaction, but I think when you reach a point where you're so interactive, like you can interact with everything, you get incentivized to do nothing, right? If you start a chain, like you are the one who's gonna lose, right?
Yeah, that's definitely sometimes that way. And it's like thankfully physical's gone away a little bit from that because there's like a period of
Mhm,
time in physical, dude, it felt like nothing would ever live ever regardless of what push you made because like removal
mhm.
is just too powerful in like physical.
It's crazy good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy good.
And but I think we've gone where like some of the decks can make pushes where some stuff is expected to live and it's like that's kind of nice.
A magic illusionist never dies. That guy never
Truth.
dies.
That guy never died in digital either. He got like
Heck yeah.
emergency. He got nerfed at some point. But
That
yeah,
blows my mind.
yeah. You said you were picking up. I know some people. Worlds Beyond's coming out
Or a
soon.
little
We're
bit, I'll
gonna.
play a little bit, yeah.
And some people are looking at Shadowverse digital, and you're like, where do I get decks? I know there's a net deck
Hmm.
button in the game. That's cool. That net deck button is not as good as this website, shadowverse-wins.com. Definitely something people should be checking out if they're playing digital. I know I pointed you here so you could get a good dirt
Hmm.
deck, but
Yeah.
I guess if you like dirt, play dirt. I highly recommend. You can go down. You can see like 24 wins. I don't know how people
That
do
guy's
that.
good.
I don't know how people do 24 wins. I don't think. I think
I
my
hit
highest is
20
like.
wins with Mysteria last format.
Did
Maybe it
you?
was two formats. Yeah, I mean, I was at the bottom of the barrel as far as ranks go.
Yeah. These people are grandmaster is the problem.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah.
I feel like I struggle to get like I've had like some like 15 game win streaks, but I don't think I've ever had like in the 20s.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was sitting there. I was like, man, am I playing against bots? Like, I genuinely thought I would not be surprised if, the first ranks you're playing against bots.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if they
the
did that.
first couple I
Uh,
think that you are. You're playing against
yeah.
like bots
Or
with like the
even if
first
it's
couple
not them,
cards.
like even if it's not like side games making the bots to make you feel good, it could, I don't know, win farming bots. I don't know if that's a thing. Um,
I don't
or
know.
loss farming.
But I highly recommend my favorite decks this format were definitely Rally Sword, where you get to play the Musketeers, like this thing on this website, top one. Really good list, really fun deck. Super aggressive, super easy to pick up. I think you said they gave you 30 packs of each, so you get 150 packs for logging in.
Yep.
So you
Something like that. Yeah.
should be able to like make one or two of these decks. And I personally love the puppet deck. And you only got 2 legendaries in this deck, so no,
There's a
never
couple.
mind.
There's a
There's
couple.
4. There's 4. There's 4.
I think that spell is two. I think that spell is two.
No, it's
The three
silver.
cost. The three cost?
Silver, I think.
Okay.
No, it's legendary. You're right. I'm blind. Okay, there's 5 legendaries. I'm sorry, guys. This deck
Okay,
might be
we got
expensive.
half the deck now.
Yeah, this deck might be expensive. But this deck is sick. It's Lyshina, and then Lyshina puts the black and white in your. She puts the black or the white in your hand. But on Evo, she summons a 2-drop, a 1-drop, and a 0-drop that have died.
Like reanimate.
Yeah, reanimate a 2-drop, a
Okay.
1-drop, and a 0-drop on reanimate. So you reanimate a puppet, which is 0/1 with rush that kills itself, and then a 1-drop, any one of your 1-drops, and then a 2-drop. And the 2-drop can also reanimate a 0-drop, right? Because it's like that or lower.
Okay.
If a 2-drop hadn't died.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then the amulet she adds is like 10 man. She the black or the white she puts one or the other, but if 10 followers have died, you get both. And they're the same as in digital and physical, where they just do 2 at the beginning of the turn. But when you play them, they deal 4 or heal 4.
Okay.
And if they're both on the board, they actually heal 4 or deal 4. They don't do 2; they do 4 if they both are on the board.
Oh, if you got both, sure.
But when you first play her, if you don't, if you haven't had 10 followers destroyed, you only get one or the other.
Okay, that makes sense. And then I guess you're just using puppets to add to the count, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you're
that's the
using
idea.
puppets to add to the count, and then you get Orcust, and Orcust, you can fuse puppets to her to summon a puppet. Sounds useless, but she gets effects based on how many puppets are fused to her. And then the Lloyd comes out, and he stuns cards on the board. So that's pretty cool. Like, he locks down 2 cards at the end of turn, and he's like a big ward, and then she comes down. And then this guy is cool because he, on Evo, banishes 10 cards randomly from your deck, and then puts 10 copies of himself in the deck. And when you draw him, he has 10 different fanfare effects that roll. Oh, this card. Okay, so yeah, so he's a 1-mana card, 1/1, and when you draw him, he becomes a random cost between 2 and 10, and his stats become the
Mm.
same as that. So he could become like an 8-mana 8/8,
Yeah.
and he has 10 different fanfares, and he rolls as many fanfares as his cost is. So if he's an 8-mana card, he rolls 8 of the 10 fanfares, and when you evo him, he banishes 10 cards from your deck and then puts 10 copies of himself in there.
It's sounding like a meme card, but
No, it is
actually good.
It is actually good because one of the effects is Storm, so this thing can do like up to 12 damage at 10. But it also there's a deck that's in the meta. I'm not going to tell anyone to play it because I hate it. But there's a deck where you invoke a Bahamut, you just sit there and you heal and you ramp, and then this Bahamut comes down, and it says your opponent goes down to a 5-card deck. Well, if you play this and you evo, you have a 10-card deck again, and you never lose to that.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't lose to deck out decks, which are like up and coming in the set. So yeah, it gets people.
This is a deck out format. We're talking about a deck out format.
Yeah, there's this really toxic deck. I mean, some of them. Oh my god, wait, this was legal?
Is that Flaming Glass?
No, this is. Oh, it is Flaming Glass.
I see that, the red and the blue. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this deck is fucking insane. Maybe play this one, but I thought Latica, Handless Blood, Sword. Okay, well, I thought some people run deck out, but I guess this deck was actually.
Really maybe Dirt is just keeping him out of the meta, you know?
Dirt's definitely. Oh my god. Let me know how you feel about this format. This format's fun. Yeah. But definitely get people into the digital game a little bit right before Worlds Beyond. Are you excited for Worlds Beyond? I know you said you're.
If they got Dirt, I am.
They got
Dirt. No, I'm excited. I'm excited regardless. Yeah, I don't have to play Dirt.
I think it comes out the same time as the Chicago Regional. I have plans to start streaming this. Definitely.
It is 2 days before Evolve Set 10. 2 days before.
Is it the same? It's the same time as Chicago Regional, right?
Probably.
I think it is.
Schedule.
Well, regardless, as soon as I can, I'll be streaming this, and I'm gonna be trying to like reach out to some people that I.
Oh, you got time. You got time. It's not the same time. You're good.
Oh, good.
Oh no, never mind. It is. It is.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, like, there's no race for getting people to. Just know, guys, if you're here now, I plan on streaming this a lot. I plan on like trying to do the competitive events. They definitely made it worth it for your time. As far as like the prize support goes, definitely a game that's worth grinding, and it's a game that's easy to grind, and hopefully is going to be cheap. So
and hopefully good.
Yeah, I mean, I have faith. They're going to be accelerated releases at the beginning. If you don't know about that, they said the second set comes out 1 month in, and they're going to like do some like, getting the card pool up there and getting people into the game. So it's like it's going to start off, and then they're going to have like a set after a month, and they're going to have a set after like a month and a half. And they're eventually going to get back to the 3-set, like the 3-month metas. But they're going to just like have like a lot of rapid change at the beginning to get people into the game and, get the power level up and start.
Are they usually pretty aggressive about balance changes? Or are they pretty slow?
Digital, it depends on how egregious it is. And don't forget, sometimes I think the only problem is there's a thought, right? That it's like sometimes a card needs to be banned, not because it's good, but because it reduces the play experience.
I
feel like they never care about.
Is that D-Shift? Is that D-Shift?
No, D-Shift was legitimately like a fucking menace. D-Shift was actually a menace. I think if there's a problem with Shadowverse, it's that they only really balance based on results. So if a deck is showing up, it's like 60% in the meta, that shit's getting axed. But if a deck is the worst thing you've ever played against and it makes your experience awful, but it has like a 30% win rate, then it's just a thing in the meta. They're just gonna say, yeah, we're that thing's fucked up and there's people playing it, but it's just part of the game now.
Yeah, digital, it's good because you got all the stats, when something's actually broken, I guess, but it's also bad because now you'll just justify everything with the numbers without thought necessarily.
Yeah, I think it's I think it'll be quite fun though. I'm excited to stream it. Excited to play it a lot. We only have these 3 decks at the moment, but we know there's gonna be Kuon, there's gonna be Sword, and yeah, looking forward to that. Hoping to maybe get like a competitive team started up a little bit. I want to get a lot of players that are willing to grind this game and
If it's good, I'll play, and if it sucks, I will talk that shit.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. Did you just put the English dub on and you fucking crank up those
Oh
voice
yeah.
lines?
Oh, I love. There's water in them hills. Yeah.
Yeah. Woo-wee. But I think that's really it for today. Thank you so much for joining me,
Heck yeah.
Dom. I think it's fun. Might invite you on in the future as well.
Sure.
Trying
Yeah.
to definitely get some more people from the community in here. Definitely try to get these to be a little more, maybe once a month. Maybe we can aim at the floor at the moment, and then whenever else there's good news.
I mean, there's not much that happens in a given month, so that sounds good.
But yeah,
For
see you
month to month.
guys.
Yeah. Yep.